Hello everybody, welcome to our very first episode of Creating Again. I'm so very excited to have you guys with us, but more importantly, I am more excited that I am getting back into my creative side of illustrating and writing. So without further ado, let's get started. So I kept doing some things as far as writing and illustrating, but I was not consistent with it over the years. I actually ended up quitting years ago, but of course, like everyone else, I have grown a lot since then, so I am getting back into my creative side, the main thing that makes me happy. So thank you all for joining me on this episode of Creating Again. We are starting from the beginning. So the first thing that I want to do, I actually want to look up some poses, and we're actually going to do this one here. This one is technically an ad, but I think it's perfect, at least starting out. So I have my handy dandy picture, and I also have my handy dandy cup, perfect for art. Okay, so I have this paper. It's pretty smooth and it's pretty thin. I ended up getting this years ago when I was back in school when I was still drawing. This is actually the paper, and I'm going to use just a regular blue color pencil. As for my skeletons, I'm still trying to find my art style as far as getting a good starting point or getting a good base. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working on shapes too. That's how much of a beginner I am after quitting for so many years. And it's not necessarily, oh, it's like riding a bike. Once I get the hang of it again, it's going to be easy peasy. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up quitting art before I could even get my foot on the second paddle and actually ride the bike. So I am going to be doing things from the very beginning. So going off of the picture, even though it's a slight pose, it's still a lot going on. It's not like your standard simple pose where they're straight, they end up straight down, stiff, circle, 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 circle. It's not beginner stiff. So, looking at the picture, the neck is already too long. One thing that I wanted to try before was like a curve in like the collarbone before when it comes to arms being risen, but that's not necessarily how the anatomy works. The anatomy isn't swish swish, you know what I mean? So already off the bat, I'm going to disregard this one. So we're gonna go over here. I don't know if I should put part of the neck like up here with the back of the head. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try to make it darker. Even though I have the picture straight, it's already very crooked. So both of these off the bat are a no. I'm probably too stiff in my arm myself. I still kind of wanted to curve a bit, but necks don't curve. Well, they don't curve like this. Her body is still curving that way, so the collarbone. And so I'm thinking as far as the shoulder to look up skeletons really quickly. So I'm kind of right in a way as far as the collarbone, but this part right here, as far as like just going side to side, is way off because it's supposed to be collarbone that meets up to the shoulder, and it's not supposed to be dived down like this. It's supposed to be up like that way. So this one is an automatic no. I think I want to do that quick skeleton really quickly. So we're going to go here as far as the head again, and then maybe I want to go this way, and then this way for the skull. I know it's really light right now, but bear with me. And I'm going to do circles here for the eyes. From the picture, it's a slight where the cheekbone is, and the cheekbone leads to the top of the mouth, and then working on the other cheekbone because the bottom, the jaw, but then here we can go this way. This looks more like the Iron Giant. And then feed it inward and up. I think I did the mouth, if anything, because what is this? This looks like the Iron Giant, so this is automatic no. Let's go back to the original pose. We're gonna try down here. I guess get my arm loosened up. So I'm definitely not going to be able to do her whole body right here because of how big I did the head already. Because her head isn't that big, but her shoulder to shoulder is that wide. I guess the circles for the arms. I don't like doing my skeleton like this, because I've been doing it for, I guess, when I felt like drawing, but I didn't draw consistently. I always did my skeleton like this, and I really don't like it, so I have to look up other ways to start my base. When it comes to the body, it looks like that it's not stiff, but it's more relaxed at a curve. And then when it comes to this arm is just down, chilling. Okay, this is what's getting me right now at this moment, is perspective. If you look at the picture right now, she has her arm going up, and then her elbow is sticking forward, and then her hand is going back. So I already know that for a fact that this is going to be interesting. So as far as going up, I feel like it should be less coming out like that, so it looks closer, and then do a small circle, and then have the arm, at least right here, going back towards her face, and then make a hand, or at least try to make a hand. I've been struggling with this too for years. It looks like that she's holding like a Pac-Man. It doesn't look like that it's going back at all. It looks as though that it is broken. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it's broken. She has more of a box-shaped head, I think, and well, actually from the side it looks boxed, but it's probably more not oval but diamond. And then this side of her head, like, the character's kind of pudgy, so just round it like that. Coming to the side over here, I did do her neck kind of like that as far as like the muscles in her neck, but it looks really interesting right now. And then when it comes to her shoulder, because technically she's wearing a bra, so I'm gonna just put that there for now. Her shoulder doesn't go in like that, and it doesn't go out like that either. And then around here in the bra area, she has some extra muscle, but she has some extra muscle over here. And then this is where the bra starts coming into play. We'll work on that side later. At least on this side, this is where her arm starts to go in. As for this side, which is going to be very interesting, I have this part right here where it is creased down. So I think what I have to do is go with the shadow direction and just start going up and then stop right here, because it's supposed to be pointing. This is where you see the line of the armpit. I feel like that's too big. Her arm's not that big. And then going from right here to up here, this is where the forearm starts as far as the line, and then we'll worry about the hand last. And this is where the other breast is going to be. And since she has a larger cavern, they're going to be connecting this way. But as far as here, it looks like in the picture that I have to make this shorter because the breast area is not that far out. I'm trying not to erase, but that's all I've been doing is erasing. And then we're going to go out and up. This is where like the elbow has to be. And then when it comes to the rest of the body, just do it like that. Alright, so I guess the elbow has to start around here. Yeah, that seems about right, because I think that this point here is meeting with this point. In the picture, I should say. Now here's another tricky part, because the top of the hand is supposed to be showing. So this line back here, I'm bringing it out, and then I am connecting these two parts. I guess if you don't look at it too hard, it doesn't look broken. Yeah, that's not really fixing anything. It still kind of technically looks broken. Now, the hand has been a struggle for me for years. Honestly, I don't like hands and feet. That's been a big struggle for me. But as far as like the outline, I guess, because this has to go right here to say that the arm is connected to the hands. And it's going in like that. And so I guess the top of the hand is going back this way, because this is the left hand, so I just have to imagine what the left hand would look like going back that way. And so pinky out, and the pinky is kind of being covered by the back of the neck. I usually stop around here because I can already tell that it's looking interesting, but I have to keep going. So I guess this is the pinky and like the muscle for the pinky. So we have all this, great. But I do want to try to at least figure out the eyes and nose and stuff. So they say to always start off with like the circle, so that way you can figure out where you want them to go. I know that looks terrifying. And now let's figure it out. So she has hooded eyes, and it makes it look as though that her eyes are more almond shaped. So let's see. So she has a hood up here, kind of outlining that a bit. And then as far as the eye shape, make it more almond. Okay. So go more towards this way. It looks so pointed. It looks like an eyebrow, and that's not what I'm aiming for. I don't really like doing eyebrows like this or this really, or I try to avoid at least these two. I like trying to do them more natural. So kind of like little hairs. Like that's not how it usually looks, but I'm just giving you an example. And then like coloring it in. That's how I like to do it. So let's see how it works. Every time I look away, this looks like a duck. Because this is like the eye, and then this looks like the beak. And then I don't know what this looks like. I really don't. Every time I see this part right here, I think of Aflac. So this side is more open, and then this side is more slanted in. And then the lashes come out. But let's get this other eye out of the way. This part is more slanted in. I feel like it's kind of crooked. So the nose was kind of getting on my nerves a bit. So I need to practice noses more as far as like the facial structure. The lips often get on my nerves too. But I'm going to erase the circle because I don't like having the circle there. So I'm going to draw a different circle because why not? I feel like that the inside her mouth is kind of not slanted in, but I don't want her to have weird lips either. And she has a slight plump, I guess, on her bottom lip. And then kind of like drag that lip out. I think that's the most decent looking lip that I've done in general. Now back to the eyes. This one is definitely upside. It looks like an eyebrow, and I don't like that. Make it more. Okay. Now for the eyebrows, it's definitely an arch. No, I don't like that. Because it's supposed to be straight. It's supposed to be straight for a bit. Kind of like that. And then it hits an arch towards that way. Let's try to fill it in. More downward though. So I do kind of want it to be like individual hairs. And then I guess over here, that's when I start making the ends of the eyebrow. Oh, darn it, I erased too much. Doesn't look bad. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. It's the other one I'm worried about. So this one has a slight inch on the inside before going kind of up. Okay, I guess I figured it out. And then we're going to go more out in one line to make it look a bit more natural, I guess. I'm so focused drawing. I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about. Why does her neck look like this? So I know for a fact, looking at the picture and then looking at the character, I know that I made her face too long. I feel like it's more in the center of her face, and then she has more forehead before getting to her actual hair. I know that the split of her hair is right here, but as far as like getting her forehead before her actual hair, I definitely can see that this here is way smaller than the actual picture. But continuing on, so I think what I want to do, I want to actually give her more hair. So her hair is not necessarily going down like this. Her ears over here, gotta remember that. But her hair is more brushed back, at least on this side. So I want to make it look brushed back, like so. And then straight her hair out behind her ear. I feel like there's one more thing that I'm missing that I said I was gonna do. Well, you guys, the body is halfway cut off. The arm looks like a duck. Is it this arrow? Maybe it's the arrow. Nope, it still looks like a duck. I know what it is. Like without the hand, it's this part and this part and this part. It reminds me of a duck. But the body's halfway. Oh, the lashes. That's what I need to work on. So it looks like that she has extensions on. So I guess it would just be a bit thicker at the back. Give it some volume, I guess. And it looks like that they kind of stop right here. Make some bigger and some smaller, some thicker than the others. And then same to this side. I know I still have a lot of the blue skeleton here. Like I said, I'm trying not to erase too much. But I guess I can erase like some of like the darker areas of the blue skeleton outline. So the hand area definitely. Maybe that's all I needed. Maybe I just need to shake my arms a little bit. Well, it's not the original, but it's a reference. I'm gonna put today's date on this one here, and it looks like it's only uphill from here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my very first video of creating again, where after years of giving up on writing and illustration, I am going back into my passion and I'm starting from the very beginning. If you guys are interested, I'll have the link to all of the pictures that I looked up today and that I used today in the description below, so that way you guys can either use them as reference to, or you can use them in your own drawing, whatever floats your boat. I don't know who this person is, but I hope they look good enough. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so that way you guys can keep up with everything creating again. This is just the first day of a very long journey, but I am really excited for it. Follow our Twitter page and keep up with our YouTube community post. Again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. I really appreciate you, and you guys have a great day. Let's draw and write again soon. Have a great day. Bye.